Hello everyone, this is Shelly Agrawal. Welcome you to NJEE classes. In this video, we are going to solve the questions of chemistry from NEET 2021. So come on, let's see the questions. Question number 1. Question number 1 is match the following and identify the correct option. So let's try to solve the question. Option A, carbon monoxide plus water. So I think this is a synthesis gas. Now let's see B option, temporary hardness of water. Now among all the option, I think temporary hardness of water is due to the magnesium and calcium bicarbonate. Option C, B2H6. It is an electron deficient hydride. And the D is H2O2, that is non-polar structure. It means cannot be broke into plus and minus terminal. So accordingly, the second option for this question, I think, will be right. So the answer for this question is 2. Now let's see the next question. Next question is, a tertiary butyl carcation is more stable than a secondary butyl carcation. Why? Because of which of the following? So, when you consider the tertiary butyl carcation, its structure will be something like this. So, the tertiary carcation and accordingly we can say that the charge is present on this carbon and it is expressing or it is feeling the force from these three alkyl groups. So hence from all these four options, hyperconjugation will be the reason because of which the tertiary butyl carcation is more stable than the secondary butyl one. Now let's see the next question. What is the change in the oxidation number of carbon in the following reaction? Now let's see in the first one. In first question, the molecule is CH4. So for calculating, we can calculate X plus 4 into 1. So since the molecule do not have any charge, so it will be written as like this. So X will be minus 4. Now let us do the same for CCl4. CCl4. So here also we can consider this X plus. Now since chlorine is having minus 1 valency, then multiplied by 4, and even though the molecule do not have any charge, so 0. Now X minus 4 equals to 0. Sorry, X minus 4 equals to 0. Hence, X will be 4. So we can say the option number 4 is correct for this question. So the change in the oxidation number that you will observe from methane to carbon tetrachloride is minus 4 to plus 4. Now next question. Sucrose on hydrolysis gives, this is a theoretical question, so I think directly we can put the option, the sucrose on hydrolysis gives alpha D glucose plus beta D fructose. Next question. The calculated spin only magnetic moment of chromium is. Since we know the formula for the magnetic moment, it is n plus 1. So this is the formula for the magnetic moment, where n represents the number of unpaired electrons. So since if we consider the equation for chromium, so chromium, scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium. So for chromium, the atomic number is 24. So according to electronic configuration, in normal state, it will be having 6 lone pair of unpaired electrons. Okay, 6 unpaired electrons. We can write the electronic configuration also. It will be outmost 3d5 and 4s1. Now since in the state we can see Cr2 plus, so it will donate 2 electrons, so it will be electronic configuration will be 3d3 and 4s1. So all in all, we can say that it will be having 4 unpaired electrons. So by putting the value here, we can write here 4. Now 4 plus 1. These are the number of unpaired electrons. And by calculating the value, the answer you will get near about 4.90 bm. So the answer for this question will be 4.90 bm. Okay, then next move to the next question now. Identify a molecule which does not exist. Since we know the fundamental that why an atom combines, so an atom combines to complete its octet. So when we consider oxygen, so it has 6 electrons in the outermost shell, then definitely it is going to be combined. Okay, helium is an inert gas. Inert gas. Okay, it is an inert gas. So we can say that it will not be reacting, it will not be forming a molecule. Okay, so hence we can put the option here 2. Let us see the other also. Lithium is also an unstable atom, so it will combine, and carbon will also combine. So among all the 4, helium is the option. Helium is the molecule which will not at all exist. Next, which of the following oxa acid of sulfur has oxygen-oxygen linkage? So for this, we can try the structure of all the acids. So besides drawing all these structures, let us try with the last one. Okay, so since we know that sulfur is having 6 valence electrons, so among the all 6 electrons, let me combine the 4 electrons with 2 oxygen. Now 1 valency is left. Now I will, now here the other oxygen will combine along with hydrogen. So this will be the structure. Now this will be the oxygen combining here. Okay, so I think you might have got the answer for this question. So the answer of the question will be 4, that is peroxo disulfuric acid. The option for this is 4. Now let's see the next option. Next question is, which of the following is the correct order of increasing field strength of ligands to form coordination compounds? So since in the coordination chapter, we already know that we have a certain increasing order of the ligands. So by looking all the options, the correct option for this question will be this one, where the cyanide will be having the maximum electronegativity in comparison to the other ligands. So the option 2 will be correct for this question. Next question, the number of Faraday required to produce 20 gram of calcium from molten calcium chloride. Atomic mass of calcium is 40. So it is asking ki how much Faraday will be required for 20 gram of calcium. So from the equation we can say that calcium, from the equation let's see, calcium, okay, require how much? 2 Faradays, because it donates 2 electrons. So calcium mass is, atomic mass is 40 grams. So we can say that 40 grams require how much? 2F. So 20 gram will require definitely 1. So the option for this question will be 2. Okay. Now let's see the move to the next question. Reaction between acetone and methyl magnesium chloride. Now for this, let us see the acetone. I'm just drawing the bone structure. Okay, so here you can see this one, acetone. Now it will react with methyl magnesium chloride, that means Grignard reagent, that is CH3 MgCl. Okay, so when the reaction will be happening, this bond will be coming down. So here it will be attacking the CH3, whereas MgCl will go upward. So hence the structure that will be resultant will be like this, OMgCl. Okay, so here MgCl will be formed, and here below the CH3 will be there, and here the C will be formed, and when the hydrolysis will be done, water molecule will react. So this MgCl will be replaced by H ion, hence introducing the OH group in the structure. So the answer, the structure that will be formed as a result of this reaction will be the tertiary butyl alcohol. So the answer for this question is 4, that is tertiary butyl alcohol. Now move to the next. Which of the following is a cationic detergent? Option 1 is sodium deodoxylbenzene sulfonate. 2, sodium lauryl sulfate. Third, sodium stearate. Fourth, cetyl trimethyl ammonium bromide. The answer to this question is the cetyl trimethyl ammonium bromide. So the theoretical question. So I think it's very easy. Now next. Okay, now we have to identify the incorrect option from all these 4. Okay, so let us observe one by one. The oxidation state of chromium in CrO42 minus and Cr2O72 minus. So as we have already calculated the oxidation state, and when you will be calculating the oxidation state of chromium, in first state also it will be coming 6, and second also it will be coming 6. So before going to the next option, here only we can say that the option number 1 is incorrect. So the answer to this question will be that the oxidation state of chromium is not same, is an incorrect. Actually it is same. Now next, which of the following alkane wood cannot be made in good yield by Wood's reaction? So since we know Wood's reaction is basically utilized for yielding the alkanes having even number of carbon atoms. So among all these options, we can say that N-heptane would be difficult to obtain because it is containing the uneven number of carbon atoms. Hence, it will not be easily yielded by this type of reaction. Others are having the even number of carbon atoms, so though they will be easily yield in comparison to heptane. Next, urea reacts with water to form A, which will decompose to form B. B, when passed through copper ion, deep blue color solution C is formed. This is all over the synthesis process, and the answer to this question is copper ammonia. Sorry, tetra ammonium cuprate, CuNH3 whole 4. Okay, this is a synthesis process. Next. The freezing point depression constant of benzene is 5.12 kg mole inverse. The freezing point depression for the solution of molality 0.078 m containing a non-electrolyte solute in benzene will be, since the depression freezing point is asked here, we are having an equation that is delta TF equals to KF M. So by putting the value here, we will get the answer 0.40 Kelvin. Since we know the value of Kf, we know the value of M. By putting the values in this formula, directly we will get the answer. And the answer to this question will be 0.40 Kelvin. Now, the next is the number of protons, neutrons, and electrons in lutetium will be. So here it is very easy question. So 71, since it is an atomic number, the proton number will be 71. So this or this can be the correct answer. So 71 we can consider the proton. Since we know the number of protons and electrons are equal, so electrons we know here 71. So by here only we can say the correct option for this question will be 2. So the 2 option will be correct. Next, identify the compound X in the following sequence. This is an halogenation reaction where we are reacting the toluene with chlorine in presence of UV rays, and since we know that it will be resulting in the form of an alkyl halide, the answer to this question will be CHCl2, because on hydrolysis we are having one rule. This will be then reacting with water to form an benzaldehyde. So hence the option from all the alkyl halide, fourth option will be correct one. Now identify the correct statement from the following. So the answer to this correct statement will be pig iron, because as you will be seeing the other options, they all are incorrect, whereas the first one where we are saying that pig iron can be molded into variety of shape, it is correct. So without wasting time, we can just put the option 1 here. Next, which of the following set of molecules will have a zero dipole moment? Since for zero dipole moment, we know that dipole moment exists because of the lone pair of electrons or the extra pair of electrons on the molecule, because of which we are having one formula also for finding the dipole moment, that is Q into D. So when you will be drawing the structure for all these molecules, you will be finding that the boron trifluoride, beryllium difluoride, carbon dioxide, and 1,4-dichlorobenzene will not be having any lone pair of electrons on the structure. Hence, the correct option for the structure will be boron trifluoride, beryllium difluoride, carbon dioxide, and 1,4-dichlorobenzene here. Next question. Paper chromatography is an example of what? So paper chromatography is an example. Basically, we know chromatography involves adsorption, but adsorption chromatography cannot be a category. So paper chromatography is an example, you can say, of partition chromatography, where the substances or the components present in a mixture are separated on the basis of the difference in their retention time or retention factor. So the third option will be correct. Now let's move ahead. Here they are telling to identify the incorrect match. So different options are given. So let us observe the options one by one. And here we will see the first, that is D, unanium, whether it is known as dar stadium. So it is an incorrect. So before wasting time for the other, just put the answer 1. So this is the incorrect match for this question. Now move ahead. Find out the solubility in 0.1 m NaOH given that ionic product of NiOH whole twice nickel hydroxide is 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 5. Now, in this we have to find out the solubility. An ionic product is given. So since we know when nickel hydroxide will be dissolved, so we will be having two ions. One will be the nickel with 2 plus charge, and the other will be the OH minus hydroxide ions, that is. And since the formula contains 2 hydroxyl ion, so the number of hydroxyl ion will be 2 here. Now let us consider the solubility of nickel here be X. Okay, so if we are considering the solubility of nickel as X, so the hydroxyl solubility will be considered as 2x because of the twice ion concentration, plus it is present in 0.1 m NaOH. So its concentration will be like this. And since we know the solubility is equivalent to all this, so by putting all this value equivalent to 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 15, and when you will be calculating this equation, the answer that you will get for this question will be 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 13. Okay, since the formula that we will be using here is the ionic product into the concentration of the different ions. So this will be the answer for this question. Now let's move. Which of the following is a natural polymer? So the answer options are polybutadiene acrylonitrile, cis-1,4, polyisoprene, polybutadiene styrene, polybutadiene. So among this, option 2, that is cis-1,4 polyisoprene is the correct option. Let's move ahead. Reaction between benzaldehyde and acetophenone in presence of dilute NaOH is known as. Now let us observe aldehyde and phenone. That means it is a reaction between an aldehyde and a ketone. When you are looking in this, so we know the aldol condensation is taking place between the same group. So it will be not be the option. So Cannizzaro will not. Cannizzaro is the option where it does not contain any alpha carbon. So Cannizzaro will also be not possible. This will also cross Cannizzaro is not possible, and aldol is also not possible. So the only option left for this is cross aldol condensation, since the groups involved here are both different. So the cross aldol condensation will be the correct option for this question. Now, the mixture which shows positive deviation from the Rawls law. Now, positive deviation, what does it mean? That means it will be having vapor pressure more. That means the bonding formed after mixing the two components will be stronger. So when you will be considering all these options, you will find that when ethanol and acetone will react together, they will result in the formation of a strong hydrogen bond, and hence they will show a positive deviation from the Rawls law. So the option for this question will be ethanol plus acetone. Now move to the next. The rate constant for the first order reaction is, so the time required to reduce 2 gram of the reactant to 0.2 gram is. So since we know the first order kinetics equation, that is, since we time we have to calculate here, so 0, sorry, here we will write 2.303. Here we are writing the initial reactant, the final reactant. So by using this formula, you can just put up the value, and the answer that you will be getting is the 500 second. So the answer for this question will be 500 second. Now the next question. When HCl was passed through a solution of calcium chloride, magnesium chloride and NaCl, which of the following compound gets crystallized? And the answer for this question is only NaCl. Okay, the answer to this question will be NaCl. Next, the correct option for the free expansion of an ideal gas under adiabatic condition is, since adiabatic is a condition where there is a no flow of heat. So since there is a no flow of heat, so the temperature will also be zero, Q will also be zero, and by the first law of thermodynamics, when both the things will be zero, the work done will also be zero. So the correct combination for the equation will be second one, that is Q constant, T constant and work constant. Next, identify the correct statements from the following. So here you will see the structure, the C and D are correct. So the option 1 will be the correct, because C is a colorless and odorless gas. It's correct statement. ZSM5, a type of zeolite, is used to convert alcohol into gasoline. It's also correct. So these two are correct. Whereas CO2 is used as a refrigerant for ice cream, no. Structure of C60 contains 12 6 carbon rings and 20. That is also wrong. So the option will be C and D only. Now next, hydrolysis of sucrose is given by the equation reaction sucrose plus water. Now in the equilibrium, the Kc is this one, the value of del G. So since we know the equation for the Gibbs energy is del G naught equals to minus RT natural log Kc. So just we have to put the value. So among this, we can say the answer for this question will be this one. Second, minus 8.314 into 300 natural log 2 into 10 raised to the power 13. So the option will be second. Now next, which of the following amine will give the carbylamine test? Since carbylamine test is utilized to find out the primary amine, so among all these structure, only the second option, aniline, is a primary amine. So the option for this will be 2. Now an alkene on hydrolysis give methanol as product. Its structure is, now various structures are given. Let us see which will give the methanol. Since we know that on ozonolysis the process, it should require an alkene. Since when it will react, it cannot, because it does not have any double bond here. If you will try to connect this, so it will be releasing the ethanol, not methanol. So this option is also incorrect, sorry. This will be also incorrect. Since it does not contain any double bond, so this is also incorrect. But here, when it will be reacting with ozone, so it will be structure like this. So here, when it will be getting broken, so then it will result in the formation of methanol. So the option 4 is correct for this question. Next, anisole on cleavage. Anisole on cleavage with HI gives. So since we know what is anisole, it is an benzene containing and ketonic group. So the when it will be reacting with HI, so it will be forming this alcohol, sorry, phenol plus CH3I. So second option will be correct. Now next, elimination reaction of 2-bromopentane to form pent-2-ene is. So when we say 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So here if bromo is present on second position, so its elimination will also be known as dehalogenation, okay. And since it is present at beta position, so it will also be known as beta elimination, and it is following one rule also, that is known as Zaitsev rule. So ABC will be the correct option for this. So for this question, the answer will be 2. Next, an increase in the concentration of reactants of a reaction leads to change in. So if a concentration of reactants, nothing will increase apart from the collision. So we can say the collision frequency of the reactants will increase if you will increase the concentration of reactant. Next, which of the following is a basic amino acid? And the option is lysine. So lysine is the basic amino acid. Next, the following metal ion activates many enzymes, participate in the oxidation of glucose to produce ATP, and with Na is responsible for the transmission of nerve signals. So nerve signal, you might be remembering sodium potassium pump. So besides looking all the options, we can directly put the option here, potassium. So potassium will be the correct answer. So besides nerve signals also, it also oxidizes because it is a very highly strong oxidizing agent also. Next, for the reaction Cl to Cl2, the correct option will be, here the enthalpy of the reaction will be less than 0, whereas entropy will also be less than 0 since it results in the formation of a molecule. Next, match the following. Since we know the carbon monoxide is a neutral, okay, barium oxide is basic, Al2O3 is an amphoteric, Cl2O7 is acidic. So by looking all the options here, you can say the third option is correct. So the third option for this question will be correct. Next, measuring zeta potential is useful in determining which property of the colloid solution. So before that, let us see what do you mean by the zeta potential. So it is the difference in the potential that exists between the surface of the solvent and the colloid particles, and measuring it will be helpful in measuring the stability of the colloidal particles. So the option 4 will be the correct for this. Now, a mixture of N2 and argon gases in a cylinder contains 7 gram of nitrogen and 8 gram of argon. If the total pressure of the mixture of gases in the cylinder is 27 bar, the partial pressure of nitrogen is. Since we know the formula that the partial pressure of any gas you can find out by the total partial pressure into the mole fraction of that particular gas. So by finding this x here, you can put up the value. Since x is the mole fraction, and the mole fraction we can calculate from the given mass and the atomic mass by calculating the number of moles. So by putting the value, you can just find out the number of moles for nitrogen equals to, nitrogen will be given mass here, it is 7, whereas the atomic mass is 14 but the molecule is 28. So the number of moles for this will be 0.25. Now for argon, number of moles for argon, it will be given mass here, it is 8, then divided by the atomic mass 40. So here the number of moles that will be here is 0.2. Now for X, that means mole fraction for the nitrogen, mole fraction of nitrogen equals to, that will be the number of moles of nitrogen, that is 0.25 divided by 0.25 plus 0.2. So here you will get an answer, that is simple manner. You will get 5/9. So here you can put this values for the partial pressure here. Since you know that the total partial pressure is 27, and here the value that you can put here 5/9. So the value that you will be getting here by calculating is the 15 bar. So the answer to this question will be 15 bar. Now the next question, let's move. Which of the following is not correct about the carbon monoxide? So It is produced due to incomplete combustion. That is correct. It forms carboxyhemoglobin. That is also correct. It reduces oxygen carrying capability of blood. That is also correct. The carboxyhemoglobin is less stable than oxyhemoglobin. So that is wrong. So the option 4 will be the correct for this answer. Now next, an element has BCC structure with a cell edge of 288 picometer. The atomic radii, since we are having the relation for BCC as under root 3 upon 4 A. So just simply put the value of A here. So the option will be 3 upon 4 into 288. So the second option will be the correct for this question. Which of the following has maximum number of unpaired electrons? So before calculating all the things, let us find out one equation, that is one equation we are having, that is given mass divided by atomic mass equals to given particles divided by Avogadro number. So by putting all this value, we can say that if we want to find out the given particles, so the given mass will be the major reason. Okay, so the value which will be having the given mass as a smaller value, so we can just put out the equation here. The given particles given particles will be the formula equals to given mass divided by atomic mass into Na. Okay, so since this given particle is inversely proportional to the atomic mass, so the higher the atomic mass, lesser the given particles will be, and the lesser the atomic mass, higher the number of particles will be. So among all these four values, the lesser atomic mass is with lithium. So the option correct for this question will be 1 gram of lithium. So by this equation, we can just find out that the lithium will be having the lesser number of particles. So option 1 will be correct for this question. Now let's move to the last question on electrolysis of dilute sulfuric acid using platinum electrode. The product obtained at the anode will be sulfur dioxide, hydrogen, oxygen, or hydrogen sulfide. So the answer for this question will be oxygen. So this was it from my side. I hope you all have got the answers. So if you like the video, for further videos, don't forget to subscribe the channel and like my video. Thank you.